Hey, no, I ain't tryna hang out a Kiki. I got 3 phones and one of them creaky. Tryna see who can stack it the quickest. Is that dope for your nose better picky? He be loving these hoes, he'll pick me. I be proud of my pennies like Sticky.
Bet I get when I shots I can fit. Just got me a drum and that bitch on the fit. New diamonds on me, they dancing like Whitney. A new different world and my bitch is like Whitney.
Man, I just coming for nuts like a hickey. Head on the swivel, cause niggas is shifty. Your mama better, she been about her business. I'm sorry, baby, I gotta be picky.
I'm sorry, little baby, I gotta be choosing. Cause I'm really winning about shit I'm pursuing. I just came home and you niggas look stupid. Might pull up with keys in the Wraith, not the Buick. Pull up with show and you tell me the door. And we came with your bitch and we bout to run through it.
Yeah, and I pull up with Euro. Nigga might paint the whole block like a mural. I be outside everywhere cause I'm thorough. Call him my dog, he gon' spin in the Toro. Break out the I got custom apparel. It's on the shit so my clothes got a smear. I feel like Dino, I need the De Niro. They gave me 0, I turn to a hero. My brother stay in and feel like a scarecrow. Bitch, I'm a man, so you know I can't fear no.
Take a little bitch, make her break down that kilo. We really shooting them shots like it's B-roll. That boy is snitch, you calling them hero. We really up on them boys 10-0. We really fucking your bitch on the D-Lo. They kill got some diamonds, they singing like Neo. And I'm rider with KN, we out on Vine Street, this a push, not a bed. Cartier.
I can't tell you where to go. I can. Technically, I can. But this show is about research. And do you know how to do it? I don't let everybody get in here. I'm letting you get to 100, man. A rebirth and re-education for the nation. Trucker bro. I know I'm looking slim, bitches. You can't say I ain't looking slim here, Mills. Hill Mills. Yeah. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Not tell I'm gonna drop the weight on. Pressure. Hey. Titty boy. Where you going, titty boy? Okay. I'm slimming out on you. Oh, Lord, I thought it was a new regime track, didn't I? Hill Mills. We gonna talk about it today, man. I'm be up here with you for a minute, man. God dang, man. I'm looking too good out here, but I'm telling you. I feel great. I feel marvelous. I ain't gonna lie to you about it. We gonna talk. Why y'all keep hitting me in my inbox to ask me where you need to go? And y'all ducking the Patreon, going to IG to ask me questions. Ain't this a bitch? Where you at, titty boy?
It's a clip. Fucking doing, son.
I gotta spray that fucking beat, yeah.
Dressed in that Louis Vuitton. Can't get that bitch on my own. She want that new Saint Laurent. I get that bitch what she want. She want me run at the set. Tell that little bitch to fall back. Can't get your bitch off my back. Roll, tell me no 50 if she getting iffy, we get in this trap. Too high, just buzz on the pack. We set the shirt to try rap. Mama forgive me, I think they gon' get me. That's why I be towing the strap. R.P. Miller, this mad. These niggas gon' fall like a mat. 2 shots, man down. Wrist on bust down. Mic drown. And I'm in the end zone. Touchdown. And your bitch crushed it. It's a clown. I deserve a free throw, cause niggas living foul. Funny, I ain't fucked on your bitch in a while. You can get the hands, no Kobe, Chris Childs. G&K, young funkin', I'm Mr. Childs. Just in that Louis Vuitton. Can't get that bitch on my own. She want that new Saint Laurent. I get that bitch what she want. She want me run at the set. Tell that little bitch to fall back. Can't get your bitch off my back. Off-white shoes, I'm racist. Fuck up the wrist, I'ma take it. Remember we tried out the vacant. Remember we tried out the basement. Remember they said I won't make it. Won't touch my chain, you won't take it. Get that boy right on the payment. Watch that boy leave a like, but he hating.
Born new hell, my stick in the coat. She call you Sally, my dick in her throat. Ain't got no bread, little nigga alone. Still do the most, walk around with the toast. Yeah, you better leave me alone. You can get smoked like a cone. Boy, you a chicken, I'm back to the bone. Sippin' on Remy, but digging you kitty. I butt like a semi, you hear me? You feel me? She see me, she dig it. Right on the dick, pussy pop like a willy. Shawty a roller, I looked at my Rolodex. Been for that hoe that you cup, you ain't know it yet. Ain't with that plan, I'm saying you know it. That walking on water, little bitch got it soaking wet. Gave her a pill and she shaking like jello. Lil' mama asked if I'm high. Hello. Watch me, you step in my shoe looking too white. Gave her the dig and $1, she do right. Bitch, chow dinner, I only took 2 bites. Got a new Glocky, that shit got me too high. Some balance, some walkie, that shit got me too right. She wanna do business, then I'm fucking tonight. Yeah. Just in that Louis Vuitton.
Can't get that bitch on my arm. Jesus, Joseph, man. Make sure y'all go follow Akil VCR. Follow that. That's on IG. The Factory Eber and the Reality Kid channel. I'm in this joint. Harold Mills. Harold Mills. Ain't him. Now listen, man. I'm not playing with y'all on this weight loss thing. That's like we got a couple of public. I ain't seen y'all in a minute. We family, ain't we? I ain't seen y'all in a minute. I done dropped my stats on my IG. And people say, man, you need to start plugging your IG more. Bang, there it go. Want to hit, go. I dropped my stats on IG, and I talk about, you know, on the Patreon we talk about the food I'm eating. This is day 7, completely no meat, no animal products whatsoever. Right? No meat, no animal products whatsoever. That's the first announcement. I'm tight. You feel that? Ooh, boy. Yo. I don't feel mushy out in the streets. I'm a live outfit, you know? Yeah. Look at you. Ooh. Oh, look, it's an issue. I'm thinning out. My skin's looking amazing. Okay? Let's get that out the way. I feel marvelous. I am completely happy with the change in the diet. 7 days, I'm feeling great. If I've done 250s today, I'm probably going to try to do another one today. It depends. I'm loving life. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. This is maybe out of great decisions. This is about the number 3 best decision I've made in my life. I'm just being honest with you. It's great. It's great. Number 2, I don't think I'm going to be pushing this on anyone. I will talk about it on the Patreon, because that's maybe where they want to hear it, and that's where I'm dropping a lot of right there. That's why I'm dropping the vlogs based around how I'm dropping weight, how I'm losing. That's where I'm dropping it at. I'm not really dropping it on YouTube because I don't think I really care about health. I don't think I really care about health at all, so I'm not dropping it on here. Yeah, I'm not dropping it on here. But I hope that if you do want to look at it, I am not telling you how to lose weight or anything. I'm just showing you pretty much just what I'm doing. It's not to tell you to do anything. It's not to do anything like that. It's just, this is what I'm doing. This is what I ate on day 6. This is what I ate on day 2. This is what I ate on day 3. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. I mean, my eyes look. I don't even got the cloudy eyes no more. I mean, just got the shot today, but maybe you should start your own company. Just got my shot today. What are you talking about? If you want the real TB, go to Patreon. Shout out to Two Fly for getting you. Don't do that. Don't see. This is what I mean. Shout out to Two Fly to getting my stuff. How you know I ain't got her stuff to go? Why y'all thinking I was the one that needed help? That's what I want to know. But that's a whole nother conversation for the DJ. People. I want to lay something to bed. Okay? I want to lay something to bed. I know y'all want me to tell you what company to go to, and I have for a while. And I've said it for years, but I am no longer going to be telling you that. The reason I have an issue with this is because I feel like y'all are really not trying to do y'all aren't even looking at the website to a place to know if you should be going there or not. I go through this a lot, though. I go through this a lot. If you are in my inbox, first of all, y'all trying to do it on IG, and I'm telling you, to be messaging me like that, you gotta go to Patreon. That's offending people. Number two, you're asking me stuff like, "Oh, what's a good company to go to?" Bro, you got to call companies, you got to read the websites, you got to see what's going on with them. You can't just be sliding in and I'm gonna tell you where to go. Then it's like, oh, I didn't know that the company who shall not be named, I didn't know they didn't have regional. Well, I don't know how you could not know that. I really don't know. I don't know how you could not know that. That baffles me. That means you're trying to go to a company completely on what I'm saying. You didn't even read the website. You didn't even go to www.regime.com and just look at it. You didn't call or talk to nobody. You didn't do nothing. That, to me, that is crazy to me. If I'm going to be going to something that is, first of all, let's talk about how this is a life-changing thing to be doing. This is a life-changing thing to be. Your life is going to change. You at least need to call and read up a little something, right? Am I out of line with that? Y'all tell me if I'm out of line with that. Y'all at least need to be trying to call. Bonjour. Right? Y'all at least need to be trying to call these people and get a couple of understandings. You can't just go online, look at a YouTube video, and then say, that's where my life's going. No, you need to look into what you're doing. You need to look into it. This is not a simple decision. And sometimes people be like, oh man, well, just tell me what the best company is. What does that mean? What does it mean, bro? What does it mean? Number one, you're on my IG and you're trying to circumvent the Patreon. That's number one. Number two, bro, I can't just tell you that even if you were on the Patreon. I'm just going to tell you that this is the best company. I can tell you what account is good right now, because I put the fillers out for the whole for the recruiters to contact me, and some people contacted me and everything like that, and they talked to me a little bit, and and stuff like that, but they've contacted me and everything like that, but it's not a and I've looked over what they've done. They've sent me a program of what their place offers, and some people I just flat out was like, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in showing this to my people. I'm not interested in showing this to my people at all. Some of these situations they're paying draconian rates. I'm gonna be real right now. If you're a company and you're paying anywhere in the 30 cents a mile, I'm not interested in telling nobody to go to your company. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I feel like that is just an old number to hear. It is entirely too many companies over the 40 threshold for you to be giving out 30 cents a mile. I'm just not going to tell nobody to go there. Because to me, it's like you could be doing the same job, running the same amount of miles, busting the same sweat, and someone's beside you making 15 cents more than you? No. The point of people coming into the game is to make money. So if you're a company, you're giving out 34 cents. I'm not interested in talking to you. Y'all tell me if I'm out of line. Tell me if I'm out of line. It's just not worth it for what you got to in this day and age. Now, when I started, a good 37 cents was dope, but that's not dope no more. People are if I'm not mistaken, isn't Swift giving out over 40 cents a mile? So how are any other companies not giving out over 40 cents a mile? Like, come on, bro. We got to do better than that, dog. That's how I would look at it. If someone asked, TB, what's your opinion? I think under 40 cents a mile is just unnecessary. I'm not going to say that it's bad or good. You know what I'm saying? But it's unnecessary. Technically, there's a total of 150 people in here over all the platforms I'm recording to. Right? It's just unnecessary. And y'all need to tell me am I off base? I agree, but we're assuming that we're talking about people that can be hired. We can have that base assumption. If we're not talking about people that could be hired. If you can't, it has been stated before that you're gonna have to go and build up. You're gonna have to go over here for 6 to 9 months, show you can do the job, and then the better companies will open up to you. So that goes without saying. But assuming you can be hired, and that has to be an assumption, but we have to assume that you can be hired because that's who I'm talking to. So if you can be hired, and it's just a matter of which one, something under 40 cents a mile, I don't see why you would do that. Personally. I don't see why you would do that. It's just unnecessary. It's too many options now. You understand? Back in the day when everybody was screaming, the company that shall not ever be named, when everybody was screaming that back in the day, that was like dope. Like that was like, oh, they getting this much. You know what I'm saying? That was off the chain. That is not unique anymore. A lot of people are over the 40 cent mark. They just are. So if you come to me and you tell me, like Mario said, either I must assume that your MVR is screwed up and you couldn't get into and that happens a lot to the people that I'm talking to. And why didn't you go to ABCDFG? Oh, well, I got a DUI. They start hitting me with that. It's like, bro, you can't go around the industry, come to me, and somehow I slide you into a place where they're not going to require insurance and DOT and stuff like that to get someone hired. That is that's like a freaking, I don't know if it's federal, but I know, is it federal? It is definitely a nationwide thing. No longer can you fail a piss test here and get hired in Cincinnati. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. So assuming you can be hired at any company you want to, the first question I would think you would ask is what is the number everybody's saying that most people are getting? Because you would have to not know if you go somewhere and you get in my inbox and tell me I'm only making 33 cents a mile. Is that good? Mike Perry says it is federal. Yep. So, we're assuming we're talking about somebody who really doesn't understand the industry. I do understand that as well. But, there's companies paying money. 55, 64 CPM with the DUI. Y'all thank me later. I only need 3 months experience. There you go. Like I said, the feds is watching. If you're not going to look into a situation like me with the booty meat train, I'm looking into the situation. I'm talking to people. I'm looking at websites. I'm catching drivers and running up on them and all that type of stuff to see if it's something that I'm even worth me doing. And wow, I've heard crazy things. I've heard bad things. I've heard terrible things. I've heard great things. I've heard wonderful things. And then I'm taking that in a hodgepodge of looking up. Then I go to internet, to websites to see what the median income for these positions are in this city and that's, there's a way to do that. There's a way to do that. It's not just some stuff that we just dream up. And I just say, I'm going to go do it. Then I match that and compare it to the companies I talk to, figure out who is the holy grail of that industry and how can I get into it and what they're really looking for and yada, yada, yada. So it's one of those situations where you have to look up, bro. You can't just, hey, man, this is what I think is what I'm going to do. Now, what I would like you to do is to how about you to actually talk to somebody that works there? I'm not going to tell you the information you get from the recruiter is 100%, but it's something. It's better than knowing nothing. It is better than knowing nothing. I just want to know if I'm off. I just want to know if I'm legit off about it or that's it. I just want to know if I'm legit off about it because people are coming to me like there is, like they just don't plan on doing any research at all. And I don't see how you're planning on getting into something that is going to literally change your life. Even if you look at it on the small note of changing your life, right? If you look at it a small note, if you're just working a regular job and you go jump into a startup company, you're going to be gone for months at a time. That's a life change. You understand that? Anything after 30 days is a habit type stuff. That's a life change. That's a legit strain on your family. That's a strain on your relationship if you have one. It's a strain, bro. You're going to be in this situation. Your health is going to change. You're going to be less active. You're going to eat worse food. Half of the people, well, I say 90% of the people are going to eat worse food. The biochemistry of your body is going to change. Your mental state, mental health is going to change. Like, this is a very serious decision. Very serious. And to just be going all willy-nilly, I don't see how y'all could do that. It's too many examples. It's too many examples of people doing that and not working out. Me included. And you don't tell me, oh man, I mess with you. And you ain't seen the videos that are already out. Like, you're asking me questions about some videos that they are legit already out and you can legit just go look at them. That's how I feel. You don't think I'm off? Okay, Brandon, I appreciate that. You don't think I'm off. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm different. I don't know. But if you come to me, I'm going to try to tell you what I think. But you at least got to have your own research compiled. You know what I'm saying? So you can know if I'm full of crap, right? They will, but no information is not better than some information. Right? No information is not better than, some information. You look, you go down here not knowing nothing, then what do you think it's going to be like? You go down here not knowing nothing at all. What is it going to be like? Playlist. Hold on. How do I get to we at least got to know exactly what we're looking for. Let's go to the video joint start by this. Don't let me wake up. And build your stamina driving. Let's back it up. Woo, this was 6 years ago. 6 years ago. I made this video 6 years ago. It was called this video was called Truckers Make $2,500 a week. Now, people, this video was 6 years ago. Where are we at? Bong. Excuse the sound. Don't let me wake up.
All right, it's John. Teach them how to strap shit down. Teach them how to strap shit.
No, that was whoa, hold on. I was cussing way too. Yeah, you were allowed to cuss on YouTube back then, so some of these are extremely aggressive. Where's it at? What does CC mean?
All right.
Whew, no, I just can't. It's just way too much cussing. With all the info out here, what do you tell a rookie who wants to go lease or rent a truck? I don't tell him nothing. What am I supposed to tell him? Like, what am I supposed to tell them? Like, what we need to talk about is we need to do an end result of who has bad leases and who has good leases. We could do that, but that's about all. I mean, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. And they will be paid top dollar. What can we tell them? Is the question. What can we tell them? You tell them don't do something. That's the first thing they're gonna do, or you got to go through a big fight on why this is not good or whatever. I'm not doing that with you. You can go out and just figure it out on your own, I guess, if you want to. You can count, right? At the end of the day, you can count. But I mean, I could tell you some stuff, but half the time you're not going to listen to it because everybody has their own style of doing this. Everybody wants to say what's a good lease and what's not a good lease. So what's the point of even getting into that fight half the time? If I tell you, oh, well, I'm happy doing lease here, that someone else can say, oh, they're raping you. Right? Someone else could be like, oh, well, they're raping you, and he's then it comes over, he's shoving people into bad situations. What I don't understand is what situation. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because it has to be explained. Y'all are asking to come to these places. You don't have no capital half the time. Some people do. So the people that do, you're excluded before you be like, I had capital, I'm special, look at me. You're pathetic. 90% of the time, you have no capital. You have no experience doing this business. You have no business credit, no history of paying on a piece of equipment worth $200,000. Nothing. And a good majority of the time, you don't even have an LLC at signing. Most of these people are getting it from some of the mega carrier Inc. companies. So with having no experience on how to run a business itself and no experience on how to run this exact, how to take care of this exact piece of equipment, they just give you the piece of equipment. Then you take the equipment, make more money than a lot of you have ever made before, make more money than you ever made before. You ball out, you talk all this crap on the internet, then at the end of the day, it come down to it, you say, oh, well, they raped me. Did they though? I mean, yeah, it being that much is insane. How's it insane? How would you know? And you could have had an LLC for a while, worked on business credit, did everything you were supposed to do that, and you could have went to the dealership and got your own vehicle. But I didn't know to do that. Well, if you didn't know to do that, then why do you think you're going to get a good deal and you don't know nothing about the business? It doesn't make sense. Then on top of that, they give you a continuous amount of freight for you to make money. So what we need to discuss is how would you operate if those things were taken away? So if there was no rapist mega carrier companies giving you a chance in, how would people get in? It would only be people with money, right? I mean, that's you're saying that's relative. Everybody's mindset is different. That's like saying, yeah, up is down and down is up. That's a duh moment. Like, that's not a special thing to say. We know everybody's mindset is different. We know that. That's not something to say. It's like saying air is outside. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Not towards the conversation. If they took away all of the leases, all of the mega carrier leases, period, how easy would it be to get in for a lot of people? Because a lot of people started with a stepping stone of a mega carrier lease. They saved their money up and they got over to the point where they could do things on their own, right? Is that not what people are saying they're doing? So if there was no mega carrier leases and you just had to come with 50 grand in business credit and all that type of stuff, how many of y'all wouldn't even be in the game right now? Would be my question. Hello?
Right.
Right.
What's up?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Can you hear what we're
Can
talking
you hear
about?
me good?
We can hear you.
Yeah, about leases.
Yeah,
You talking about leases, right?
Yes, I'm talking about leases. What I'm saying is if there was no mega carrier to give you a starter snickle frit lease for you to make money, save money on the road, if there were just none, how many of y'all would even be in the game? Because a lot of people got their money from the snickle frit lease. Go independent. Yo, your signal is terrible, King. You're going to have to fix that, bro. Am I wrong on this? Am I wrong on this? And if so, how are people getting in with that deal without the mega carrier? How? Because remember, we're having a broad discussion about the masses. So if someone come in here and tell me anything that is cool to their deal, you're going to have to explain that over 1 million people. Not just you and how good you are. How good you are is irrelevant. Thank you. You got to get what I'm saying. A lot of people got in the game on a snickle frit lease, right? They got in the game on a snickle frit lease. They went OTR. They saved their money. And then they went and got their own truck. Right. But can those smaller companies take in 1 million drivers? Like I said, if you can't think about this over the masses, your argument is irrelevant. We're talking about most people. So a small company is not advantageous to giving that many people a deal. It would be a different game. So if you tell me, oh, there's small companies with 50 trucks, that's not enough. Those people would fill up, and if everybody all around the country would not be able to get to lease money, training lease, saving up $30,000, $40,000, and then going independent, which is pretty much the way most people are doing it right now. Y'all got to explain to me how I'm wrong about this. So we get caught up on this. Oh, the mega carrier is the most terrible person in the world, the most terrible person in the world. When the sad thing is, most of us got our shot with a mega carrier. We didn't have money to go to get the private money to get our license. Let's start at the license level. So they went through a mega carrier and did the whole thing free. You cannot say that's not a good deal to pull people up by their bootstraps, bro. You can't do it. You cannot do it, bro. It's just impossible. I know this because I started this way. No money, no credit, no nothing. And CR England sent me a ticket for free, brought me to the mega carrier, taught me how to drive, got me my license, put me in the truck. I went from there to another mega carrier, and I finally leased. Then I leased and I saved up my money, and that's how I was able to go over to the dealership and get a truck from the dealership. That's the way I came in. And I'm telling you, that's the way most people come in. So if you just took that away, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you right now. It's a transaction. That is all it is. So I cannot, in good mind, tell most people, oh, all of you need to duck the mega carrier, when y'all smaller companies that y'all really act like are so awesome cannot take everyone. They can't, bro. They don't have the facilities or none of that. So I just feel like we really need to chill on it. And then once we go through the game, we start at a place, we get our knowledge, we do all this stuff, then we turn around and say, hey, man, you know, it's really a better place you can go. There's always a better place you can go. There's always a good small company. That goes without saying. It goes without saying. Everybody knows that. But this smaller company, are they taking 175 drivers per 5 terminals like freaking CR England is doing? You understand? Every single person that goes in there is technically, if they do what they're supposed to do, is pulled out of the poverty line. They're pulling 175 people, if they pass, out of poverty instantly. They know 90% ain't walking around with the capital or the credit to even drop down payment on a truck. Exactly. Most people don't even know about business credit, let alone have it when they start. Come on, man. I can't be wrong on this one. I can't be wrong on this one. You know, I just don't think that I'm wrong on it. I just say you have to look at it. You have to look at it from the fact that most people wouldn't even have got there without it. They wouldn't have, bro. I wouldn't have. You know, I had no place to live. You understand that? No place to live. Well, you send me a cash app. You send me a cash app, Ron. You send me $10. The cash app is $20. So you didn't send me a cash app, but I will get it to you. Hit the link, Roadrunner. I just don't see where y'all, I don't understand where y'all get off. I really don't. We get to a position where it's just like, oh, well, there's a better place you can go. Right. That means that you cannot comprehend what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying right now. You're not hearing what I'm saying. You understand that? There's like 3 million CDL drivers. We'll say 500,000 of them is lease drivers, which I'm just throwing a number out there. And, you know, do you think a small company can handle 500,000 people trying to get out of poverty and get into the game? And do you think those 500 people have the money and capital and credit to go start in the trucking company without some type of sponsorship? Is that really what we're thinking right now? Is that what we're thinking? I mean, most of the people that I know that are really successful in trucking, they started at mega carriers, bro. LoShawn, mega carrier. King D-Raj, mega carrier. Me, mega carrier. That's where they started at. So if it's safe to say if you would have took that away, it would have been 10 times harder, and probably we wouldn't have even got in. We wouldn't have never got in. And I know we can't trust the owner ops to spread the information. If we even would have knew to get in, period. Thanks for the Bitcoin to the Cash App there, Gideon. I still don't know what to do with that, but I appreciate it. I recently got my CDL license. I have restriction on my license. Will this prevent? Go to the Patreon. We'll talk about that. You understand what I'm trying to say? Some of these things that we talk about, it's bigger than we understand. It is bigger than we understand. There goes the Patreon right there, or invest, and let it grow. All right, I got it, man. I got it. I don't know what to do with it, but like I said, I got it. Roadrunner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You will have the floor. Everybody watching you right now.
Shit. Nah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying to an extent, you know what I mean? But for me, I came in the same way. I came in off a bit of Stevens, you know what I mean? They sent me to school and all that. I did my 1 year with them, you know what I mean? Paid off my contract and all that good stuff, you feel me? But my point, what I'm trying to put to you is if they come out here and they paying attention to the game, you feel me? Like that 1 year, you could gather so much knowledge, so much information, you know what I mean? Within that 1 year, I learned about brokering, I learned how to dispatch, I learned all that good stuff, you feel me? So if they come out here and they're paying attention, you know, there's more avenues in trucking than just driving to make money, you feel me? But we're not going to talk about that right now. That ain't what we're talking about. But as far as the leases go, you know what I mean? It ain't the mega carriers only though, bro. You know that. Me and you both know that. You know, you lease with Prime. I was at Stevens. I did their lease. I wasn't getting paid shit over there. If it probably like $1 or something. But you know what was more valuable to me than the money was the knowledge I was gathering. You feel me? So yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. So I don't disagree with you, but there's not enough for those smaller companies and so on and so forth. But like the information is that's the most valuable part, I believe.
That's true. There was a saying in the show. A guy said, I gotta mute you because I'm getting reverb while I'm talking, but I'll unmute you when I'm done talking. A guy said, you know, well, most people are smart. And the other guy said, no, they're not. Most people are dumb and dangerous. That stuck with me because it's so true. It's so true. Yeah, you did that. That's dope. And Jeff Bezos came up with something that made $1 billion, and so did Elon Musk. But that is not, we're talking about the masses. We're talking about people getting into, let's say in general, people in general. I come on here and tell them they should study something different all the time. Learn something else. Learn something different. No one does. No one even cares to even say, oh, that's good information to say. So we can safe to assume that the masses of them are not doing that. I know that I would not have gotten to the game without a mega carrier. Right? I wouldn't have gotten to the game without a mega carrier. I did not have the money. I didn't have the address because some people say, oh, well, you could go somewhere and they'll get you in. They're not doing that without you having a legit address and everything. They're not doing that. I didn't have an address. So I can't go to the unemployment office of wherever I was drifting through and say, hey, give me the benefits from this zip code when I'm not even a resident of the zip code. They sent me a ticket. Got me there for me to even get to the position of saying, hey, this is a viable thing. That they pulled me there, and they pulled millions in. So when they say, well, their leases should be better, they're giving you a bunch of crap that you don't know how to handle, that you don't know how to use. They're giving you customers that you have no chance of getting in the beginning. Because like he says, there's stuff you can learn, but when you're there, you don't know that. You don't know it. And they're giving you the chance to go off to the races. You could do a year there, learn your stuff, and bounce with no strings attached. That sounds like an awesome deal to me. I mean, people in the military do it. They go somewhere for 4 years, make no money. None. $31,000 a year, $40,000 a year. Then they get out and go to what they call the private sector, and now they get paid $100,000 a year for some private security crap. It's the same deal. How is it not the same deal? You see what I'm saying? So I say we just have to watch before we say that it's just totally screwed up bad. When that, I mean, it puts us in a position where it's like, dude, you wouldn't even have been on the docket if they didn't send you the ticket. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not telling you just go to Swift and spread your cheeks. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying that there is most people, that's their way in. How much did you pay for private school, Roadrunner?
Shit, nah, I ain't go to private school. That's what I'm saying. Stevens Transport sent me to school. It was like about the school I went to. I consider them the best school in the country. You know what I mean? Keensburg, Colorado, Careers Worldwide. But I paid. It was $5,500. Stevens split it half and half. You know, so they paid it as long as I stayed for. I filled for my contract. They paid half and I paid the other half. So
how much did you pay? So how much was half of it?
Probably like $27.50. You know what I mean?
$27.
No, $2,750.
Sheesh.
Yeah, but there's people that go to private schools. I know people that go to like what that school in Florida called? I forgot. But Roadmaster, yeah, and they charging them like $10K, $8K. You know what I mean? I got one of my partners. He live in New York. He just got his CD about 3-4 months ago. He did this shit on his own. He got it for probably like $1,500. You know what I mean? So there's different avenues if you have the capital, like you be saying, or whatever, or if you have to go do a bid at one of these companies for a while. But while you're there, don't just focus on the money. You know what I mean? Like pay attention to what you can learn. You feel me? That's me anyway.
Right. Learn. See, first of all, if you're not even in the mindset of learning, this is a conversation that's over your head anyway. For some people, they're trying to learn anything. They're driving down the street listening to nothing. They're just listening to music or just, so then when they run into you and you're like, oh, I learned how to do ABCDFG. They're going to be like, oh, well, Rope, plug me in. And you're going to be like, dude, you got to learn it. Like, you have to go and you have to learn it. You have 11 hours a day to sit there and listen to good stuff that could teach you something.
Am I on mute or can you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Not to cut you or anything, but I agree with you on that. People talking about plug me in because my channel, like I already told you about it, so I'll be on your show. But on my channel, my diaspora is mostly towards people who had DUIs and stuff in the past, and they try to get into the game or so on and so forth. I'm not encouraging nobody to go get a DUI or anything, but when a lot of people reach out to me and like, oh, yo, put me on which company I should go to and whatever. I'm like, I have videos on my channel to tell you what to do, what I did to get back. Go on Craigslist and go search for jobs, call the people up, explain the situation, and that's it. You feel me? They're like, oh, but tell me. So when they reach out to me, I'm like, what you do so far? Oh, I ain't do nothing yet. All right, come back, come see me in a week again, and then we can talk. Like, you got to do the groundwork. You feel me?
And you are speaking the truth right now, bro. Oh my God. You say, hey man, do A, B, C, D, F, G. You turn around, you come back. All right, so how did that go? Oh man, I was going to do it. Why are you messaging me again if you didn't do it? Why are you messaging me again if you didn't? What's the point of me giving you advice if you're not even going to use it? Why'd I waste my breath or time on you? You didn't even want to do it. And there's somebody out here who would have did it. Then what you realize is, Roadrunner, they just want to be your friend. Which is, it's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, bro, you're trying to be my friend based on a lie. You're asking me a question you don't want the answer to start a conversation. So you're trying to start a friendship based on deception anyway. No. No, it's not going to work. Hold on, Roadrunner. I got King the Trucker in here. Hold on. King the Trucker. King the Trucker.
Oh, can you hear me? I was on mute, bro.
I can hear you.
Man, I had so many people call. I'm taking care of business. What's that? I had a blowout. I need a battery, and I'm at the Loves.
It's one of them days. I done been there,
bro. It's one of those. You remember Monday when I told you I was sitting at the place for like 5 hours?
Right.
That throw my whole week off. Already from Jeezy, right? Mm-hmm. Now, getting back to Dallas, I had to go to Calexico right quick because they didn't have the other load on the yard for me. Then I had to go to Calexico to pick that up. Then on the way back to Dallas to drop this off, I have a blowout. Mud flap went off. Battery smell like rotten eggs. I got to get that changed. And I'm in the Bay, but I'm waiting to get it done right now. And I got so many calls coming in at one time, bro.
Hey,
we talking about leasing.
No, we're not just talking about leasing. We're talking about, the mega carriers cannot 100% be a bad deal for leasing because most people started at a mega carrier. So it's like, let's say the mega carrier just didn't exist. How many of us would have even got in?
Ooh, yeah, you're right. Because that's where it starts. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: if it wasn't for the mega carrier, who do you even know to talk to even get a contract?
That's a good question.
That's where it started at. You might think you know a lot. Not you. I'm just speaking in general. People might think that they know a lot about the game on how to get loads, how to get a contract, how to go buy a truck, how to lease, how to be an owner. But it don't matter about none of that because just like we were talking about the other day, you can have 50,000 trucks, but if you don't have the right contract that's guaranteed that's gonna make you the money, then it's just pointless.
Yeah, but like I said, most people, they get so caught up into, oh, well, the mega carrier is bad, but they're not thinking like, bro, low.
It's not bad because that's a good start because these companies teach you really how to become a boss, basically, on how to get your do your paperwork, the drive side, all this other extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yes, that's where it starts at. Why you think people think that they can, like, they go through the company stuff, they feel like since they've been with a company for a few years, they're like, okay, well, I went through all the ups and downs and this and that. So it's just like, okay, since I feel like I done got a few years up under my belt, the company done showed me the ins and outs, so now I feel like I can go out on my own. Now, you can do the lease program, but the thing with me about the lease program is that you better have you some guaranteed money with that contract, which is going to be there. But if anybody knows trucking, it's ups and downs in different weeks.
Right.
Some weeks is up, some weeks is down. That's why before you even think about that, have you some money put up at least 20,000, at least. At least 20,000. So let's just say one of those weeks you can't make your truck payment because you leasing. And majority of these companies gonna charge you $700 a week
And up.
for a truck payment and up. So let's just say one week your week slow and you don't have the money to pay for the for that week, then you got 20,000 that you know to put up to the good that you can make your payment on.
Right. Well, most of these companies are taking out before you even get your check, so it's just gonna pile up.
Yep, it's gonna pile up. Yep.
They're not even. You don't even have to pay them. It's like you're not getting no money until they take their money.
Right, exactly. But see, the good thing about it is that if you got that money put up and that week is messed up, then you ain't really got nothing to worry about because you got your back end to still make your payment on your truck that week. But it did one more good thing is that instead of getting paid by the mileage like that, you get a percentage of the load. That helps.
Some people.
Some not
people.
all.
Yeah.
Some.
There's a lot of flat rate leases or cent per mile leases. They're out there. I think,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Stevens is one. They don't pay percentage of the load. So I mean, it's either way you want to look at it. We can dig deep into leasing. The cornerstone of what I'm saying right now. One second, let me let your boy Curtis in. One of the things that I'm trying to get across is that we get to the point where we start making money, we get arrogant, then it's like, oh, I wouldn't go that way, I wouldn't do this way. But the fact is, for I would say 80% of us, you wouldn't even be where you are if it wasn't for a mega carrier. Even if you're owner up and off the spot market, half of y'all are pulling mega carrier freight off the spot market. Curtis.
What's good? What's good, my peoples? What's good?
I'm gonna go ahead on to say that you're a problem starter. Let's just get that out the way.
How am I a problem starter? As a matter of fact, where is Law at? Because he has so much shit to say. Yesterday. Oh wait, crap! I ain't even supposed to touch it. My fault. He has so much stuff to say yesterday, so here I am in the flesh. But nonetheless, we can get off into the messiness some other time. But I did want to call in and say this.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my trucking situation, obviously there was a lot of information out in the trucking diaspora about, avoiding mega carriers, this, and that. So my particular situation, it was, I'm not going to name drop, but it was a particular mega carrier that made me go out to Youngstown, Ohio, and wasted my time. So thereafter, I live in Michigan, so I started looking for small companies in my state, and companies that were within, I would say, like a 50-mile radius of the city that I lived in. And I started my trucking career from a small company based out in Holland. Did my time with them, had a little situation, came back, and found another small company in the city that I currently live in now. So there are, and mind you, I will just go ahead and put this out here because people like to throw a million excuses as to why you can't do what it is that you're seeking to do. I'm a person with a criminal record, a felon. So, now there is a caveat of having DUI and a messed up driving record and all that. That's kind of self-explanatory. But I don't want people to sit here and use this crutch. I got this type of situation. I got that. There's nothing that you can't overcome when you don't set your mind to it. So
you was out here thugging, won't you?
But it didn't. I made it through it. So stop being.
You was out here jacking old ladies, huh?
Stop being scared. Get your behind and go get the medals.
Yo, Curtis, why you always trying to duck mess when I let you call in? Why you always you trying to make it
messy?
you trying to make it seem like I'm the messy one in the streets, yo?
Oh, you not? Since when? And that's why low might sound better.
Word. He paid $300 more extra for it. Yeah, I agree with that. There's a way to do it, but like I tell people, I'm one here broadcasting to a lot of people with a lot of different situations. And yes, you can go to a private school. And yes, you can go to a small company. And yes, you can do all that. But for me to take a stance of that's the only way you're supposed to do it, I can't in good conscience do that because these small places cannot take the volume. If there were no mega carriers, they couldn't process the volume of all these people. Number two, half of these people, it's hard to get them to call into the company to figure out what they need to do, let alone do their own research.
Exactly. You got to pull your own legwork. Ain't nobody going to do the work for you because at the end of the day, I'm not getting your money. That's your money. So you got to go out and get it.
Oh, my God, preach. You know how many people they out here balling out of control, new Benzes and everything. And I'm like, yo, hey, man, you winning, ain't you? They don't come back around and be like, look, man, I made so much money. Here go $100. None of that happens, bro.
Right. Now, I do want to say this. I don't know if I sent. I have a friend of mine who's supposed to be starting training with Swift, if I'm not mistaken, on the 12th of this month. So I did send her the link to the Trucker Brown channel to come into live. So if she listening, I don't know if she done tapped in, but if she listening, what's up, Ashley? Come in, get the game, learn, be a student, go out here, get this money.
Hold on. Curtis, and I don't want to be messy, but Law just called in. 1 second. Law.
Yo, how my sound? That sound good?
You sound good, but you do have a exorbitant amount of beef on the live.
What's good? What beef I got? Because I missed something because I was checking into this spot. What beef?
Your boy Curtis just called. Your boy Curtis just called in.
Curtis? Who is Curtis? I don't know Curtis.
He's the one that you don't remember Curtis? Curtis called in. What were we talking about with Curtis? Let's see what.
Curtis, the one with the.
Yeah, we ain't gonna open live, but we're talking about the scams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said you had a lot of grimy stuff to say once he got off the live.
What you mean? I had a lot. Oh, you talking about once we
Yeah,
talking about the. Are you talking pertaining towards the message that you sent me? Is that what we're talking about right now?
No, let me let him explain it. Curtis,
I'm back in.
You're back in, Curtis.
Yeah, so he had so much to say, talking greasy, putting a little accent in his voice, trying to mimic me and what I was saying. So now we got amnesia. We don't remember what we said when it was just
Coppin, please. He copping the play.
So yeah, I'm gonna need Law to make sure that he taking his one a day multivitamins. You know, because he can't keep up out here like us young bucks. Okay, perfect memory recall.
Yeah, he getting old. So tell me. We were talking about the scams in the industry. We're not throwing no names around.
Right.
The scams in the industry, and you called in. Agreeing with the scams.
I had an alternate perspective. Let's call it what it is.
You were saying people should be scammed, and Law was saying no. Ain't that what happened?
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, let's see if Law remembers now. Law.
Yeah, I got you. I figured that's who you were talking about. I recognize his voice now. I know exactly what I ain't on my one-a-days, though. I am getting old. I need to take my one-a-days, though. I do need to do that. I definitely need to take
Silver, dog.
Yeah, I need to get on them joints. I ain't even gonna lie, because I am getting old. I'm definitely not gonna front.
He said he was given an alternate perspective to you hating on that other situation. He was giving an alternate perspective.
But listen, you've already framed it. Everybody can hear it on the live. We heard him talk. All right, I get it. We just framed. All right, I get it. All right, now listen. I know you was talking about Lisa, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to get on and just go straight to the mess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Curtis is
but
messy.
that's But it sounds like I called in at the right time because that's what I want to talk about. So hold on, let me remove my face mask.
I was gonna ask you why you had your face mask on in the truck.
because I just got back in. I told you I just got done checking in
All
where
right.
I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
let's get to the mess, all right? And I want to clear this up, people, because I did say a lot, and I saved it for the Patreon. Because the Patreon is where we get to talk to people that actually pay for the jewels that they receive, okay? And that's why I didn't say nothing in the live. And the whole time in the Patreon, I had this GTFOH face. You know what I'm saying? Like, get up out of here with that. Because let me explain something, all right? And I hate I got to break this down so that I'm being nice the whole time. But I definitely want to get it out there. I'm not hating on nobody. Okay? There's no pressure, bro. I don't have no reason to hate
Sound like
at
he
all.
pressing you, bro. He pressing you right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, it's all good. You know, I hear him.
Yeah, he only like
You know
22.
what I'm
He said he young. He got good memory. You old.
Yeah, man, I'm going to start getting on my one-a-day so I can keep up with the young whippersnapper. But listen, when it boils down to it, all right, and this is what I want to say. If somebody is pushing a course in which they're going to teach you how to dispatch freight, okay, and they want you to pay an undisclosed amount of money, all I ask you people is, why wouldn't you go get that same training at a mega carrier or a small company and get paid to learn how to dispatch? And then once you learn how to dispatch, you could come back on this channel or whatever channel you want to come to and learn how to get your own authority, and then you could dispatch as many trucks as your heart desires. That's all I'm saying. I gave that gem to the people on the Patreon because they pay to get in the Patreon. So I gave them the gem. Like, why would you pay somebody? Let's just throw out a number, $5,000. Okay, even though we know what the numbers is, but I don't want to sound messy.
Right.
Why would you pay somebody $5,000 to teach you how to dispatch when I'm telling you, you can go to a carrier, a mega carrier, whatever carrier, whoever got their own authority, they'll pay you to teach you the things that this guy is, you know, trying to get you to pay for, and then you could come back to the same platform that told you to not pay to get that class, and we'll tell you how to get your own MC, and then you could dispatch your heart out. You can find as many truckers as you want, or you could take the truckers and then on top of that, and this is too many gems. I should be on the Patreon right now talking. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say the last. I'm not going to say the last gem.
Oh,
I'm not going to say the last gem
let
because
him.
they don't deserve it.
Let him rebuttal, okay? Curtis.
For all that, we got beef. We got beef.
No, because I believe that, you know, he was. So I think I seen in your message. No, I think I got a message on IG where it was like, you know, basically Law was putting down another black man's business and all this other stuff. So, what's your view on it, man? What's your view on it?
No. I mean, all jokes aside, I do receive. I do. Was me. It was spoken well, but it's just my thing has always been it's on the consumer to decide what they want to do. If they want to be nonsensical and go throw their money at whoever scammer, Instagram artist, you know, that's on them. I think everybody else has a common sense and wherewithal to do their due diligence, including myself, which is why I didn't sign up for none of this individual's class or whatever it was he was selling or doing. I was just, like I say, providing an alternate perspective as in how I came to know of this individual. Now, what he do, all that on Instagram, that's his business. I don't care. I'm trying to, you know, I got my own thing going on, trying to get my own life together. I ain't got time for all that nonsense.
Okay, so you all right? You stepping out of the beef? I get it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he good now. But when we get in the Patreon, we can chop it up. But I back out for now.
All right. Well, I'll pull you back in when we go Patreon, and we'll discuss it at length. Law.
Nah, tell Curtis keep that same energy, bro. We got beef. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna talk about
Nah,
it.
Curtis
Patreon,
cool, man. He was
even
on my neck that day. He was on my neck hard that day.
yeah.
Just
I
messing
don't
with
think
me or whatever.
he don't really
It's
like
all
you.
good
You
though.
light skin. He like, yo, I
Yeah,
don't like
you
this
know
dude. He
it.
always hating on people. Listen, let's talk about that. If we
They
were
always hate on the butter.
if we were hating on people, we would have talked about the people because it's multiple. We'll be talking about these people in the open air market,
Yeah,
and we're not.
fact. Yeah, that's why I don't want to, because he is a black man. To be honest, because if he was any other race, I'll probably just be putting his business out in the street. I ain't gonna lie, and that's just not me being racist. It's just we got so many.
You're racist. That was racist.
Yeah, whatever. It's just that we got so many other nationalities that have had that chance to scam the world, basically, and we wasn't even, afforded the right to rape, steal, and pillage. You know what I'm saying? So I let black people get away with rape, stealing, and pillage a lot because we just not catching up to the rape, stealing, and pillaging. But by all means, you're not gonna rape, steal, and pillage me. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to rape and pillage others, if people reach out to me, then I'm gonna tell them the real because they coming to me. But if you want to rape, steal, and pillage others, hey, well, who am I? I mean, there's so many dummies in this world. Who am I to stop you from catching all the loose meat that's dangling? You know what I'm saying?
Now we had a
I
discussion.
can't save everybody.
We're gonna put that behind the Patreon wall. That's the link if y'all do want to hear that conversation that we're gonna have here soon. But we're having a discussion, and I was talking about how if the mega carriers were gone, there were just none, how many of us wouldn't even be in? And because they take care of so many people, or they get so many people in for free. And,
that's without a doubt. That's without a doubt. I don't even know why that has to be explained. I don't even know how that has to be explained. I mean, you already said it, bro. I'm not finna beat that into the ground. I'm not finna beat a dead horse, okay? You come in with zero money. What the hell do you expect, bro? You have no money. You supposed to just drive around $100,000 piece of equipment for free just for nothing, huh? You just supposed to get to do that for whatever. These people spend all this money on this equipment, and these people that they got in place to make sure that your check is straight, to make sure that your dispatches is straight, to make sure your clock is straight, to teach you all this stuff that you don't know. Mine, and disregard the school part of it that teaches you how to drive. Like, I'm done with it. I mean, of course they rape you, because they got to get back some of the money that they done kicked out to build this restaurant and put all these people in place to tell you the basic stuff in trucking.
You can tell he went to the league because everybody don't got no restaurant in it. Like, yo, you went to the league. Yo. They like,
yeah, bro. I had to, dog, because I'm not dumb. I saw the footage. You weren't the first person on YouTube,
right? But
you was close to the last, because after I saw the league, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going there. There ain't no, I mean,
massages and manicures and
dog. Pool tables.
We're not exaggerating. Literally, massages and manicures, pool tables, basketball courts, theaters, the whole nine. But they don't mess with the channel, so screw them. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm talking about. But listen, I believe that if you really wanted to know, if you were a real legit person and you wanted to get some type of I want to talk to somebody, because one of the biggest complaints I had my first year was I couldn't talk to nobody who had experience. And if I did, they wouldn't give you the information. Now, they was giving it to females, though, because that's a very easy way to get into a new female trucker's draws.
They was trying to, what I call squid pro quo. They was trying to get some of that fish, some of that seafood. That quid pro quo. Squid pro quo. You know
they was trying to get that dangling neck meat. They told them whatever they had to tell them to try to get in their draws. But if you was a dude, they weren't giving that information out just on you're not on no platform. You're just a regular CDL driver, and you're looking at, this is what got me. You're looking at Peterbilt's drive-by with stretch catwalks, and you start thinking, how do these dudes get these trucks? And when you go up and talk to them, they just tell you, oh, you got to be in the game for a minute. They don't tell you nothing on how to get it.
Listen, this is a piece of advice. When people keep asking like where to go and all of that, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. This is what I would do. Okay, everybody's not lucky enough like me. Like, I went in with a foot in the game because I'm a veteran, so I had the Army pay for my license. So I went to the league with a license. I didn't even have to go through all that rigmarole. I was able to do that from the comfort of my own home. So when I went into this game, I was already, I ain't gonna say prepared, but I had a foot in the door. So this is what I would do if you didn't have your license. Okay, I would just go to a big place, whatever mega carrier, whatever you want to call it. I would go there and use them. But what I would do is I would do my research on, okay, if you don't care about the pool tables, the theaters, the restaurants, because you're not going to see that most of the time because you're going to be on the road anyway. But while you're there, you are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? While you're doing that press.
It's nice to have.
You're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But if, for the simple fact that they don't even rock with your boy, you know what I'm saying, on this platform, which is crazy because I know he sends him so much money. But I digress. Let's say you don't want to go with them if you want to just shoot straight for the money, because there are people out there that pay way more cents per mile. Don't ask me. I don't get paid cents per mile. I'm not doing that research no more. I'm on the big and better things. I don't care about that anymore. But as simple as I did it back then, you can do it now. Go for the cents per company. Go get your license through that company and get them and use them for what you need to use them for and leave, bro. Leave. Like, I give it like 3 to 6 months. Be gone and keep chasing the bag. That's what I would do.
Right.
Everybody else got each his own or however they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I would go with the highest, and then I would stack my money and save as much as I can possible and get out of the whole cent per mile mind frame. Use the money that you stack to reinvest in yourself and go out and do different ventures, whether that's leasing, whether that's buying a truck cash at an auction, whether that's going to another company altogether, whatever the case may be. Just get paid more money. Make it make sense. Don't get pigeonholed in the stand at the mega carrier. They are good for what they are good for, which is
the mega carrier cut him off. Trevor came to blow up the room. Trevor.
Hey, man, I just woke up, so I don't know what's going on.
Basically, we got into a conversation about how a lot of people, what good the mega carrier does do. You know, it lets a lot of people in. They get their license for free, stuff like that. And
yeah, they sign your paycheck.
Right, they sign your paycheck, and a lot of people wouldn't have had the money or the wherewithal to even get as far in the game as they got if they wouldn't at least started somewhere and got some training.
Yeah. That's not a bad deal at all.
Well,
and
people
you're under their protection.
Oh my God, extremely.
Yeah, I just want to talk about. I know me and Law don't get along all the times, but you got beef with my boy. You got beef with me.
Why is everybody banging on Law today? Hey,
no, I'm with Law.
Oh, so okay, so you with Law. You tell Curtis, chill.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can't have beef with my boy.
Yeah, Curtis just feels that, he was given an alternate perspective, right, Curtis?
Oh, this is what we doing now, so
Let's put you on big screen so everybody can see him. That's Curtis right there.
On me, come me and Law got beef. Trevor got beef.
We're gonna talk about look, we're gonna talk about it in the Patreon. We're not gonna really get messy on here because that can affect people's, situation. So we ain't gonna talk about it on here. I'm gonna let y'all get in and say what y'all got to say though. I'm gonna let y'all get in and say what y'all got to say, but that's gonna be behind the Patreon wall. All right. Basically, well, listen, people, we have basically beat this as a dead horse. What's about to be talked about now behind the Patreon wall is something that for some reason it will not go away. It's the people
CB, you so damn messy,
who are scamming people out of their money to teach them how to do certain things for $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, and we all seen them on IG. And like I say, I want to press this. It is multiple. It is not one person. It is. I'd say it's over 10. It's a lot, and some people who are just starting and trying to. You know, it is what it is. So we will definitely get into that discussion in the Patreon. We also are going to take some callers in the Patreon. We're going to address some beefs in the Patreon because, as usual, Law has beef, usually. And because Law is messy and Law gets into different type of,
Messy
issues.
Marvin.
Yeah, Messy Marvin. He gets into different type of issues. That's a fact. Listen, I seen a little something. I seen a little something that was going on with Lowe, but I'm gonna let him call in and decide to speak on it if he wants. He has not called in
Yeah,
yet.
because we all know his mic sound better anyway. So.
His mic is definitely a lot better than mine. Let's get that out of the way. His mic sounds choppy. We're gonna go from there. People, y'all gotta give me a second. I gotta give people time to sign up so they can see the conversation. Let me pull y'all out. I'm gonna give y'all some it says Law pipe down, bro. They telling Law to chill in the Patreon already. He got it there. Listen, sign up for the Patreon to hear this conversation. The conversation that we have in the back is completely different. That is the link right there. The conversation we have in the back room is completely freaking different than the one that you hear in the front room. There's a reason for that. It's almost an attempt not to be messy, because if we did it in the open air market, it'd be like, oh, well, you're trying to tear my... Listen, bro, it's an opinion that's spoken technically in private. That's it. I have not said these people's name out loud in public. The people on here are going to say their opinions about what they think is going on. Who is scamming? Who is not? Is it a scam? Is it not? That's the biggest question. Also, people are allowed to call into the Patreon if they do have a question. So the people in the Patreon, you can call in and say, hey, man, this is my question, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And people on the panel, if they will definitely shoot a bunch of information at you. So if you do call in the Patreon, can you please have your pen and pad ready to take down the information? I am reserving judgment on what company I think you should go to, because I'm working out a few things with people to make sure their situation is still good, and we will go from there. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Do not do drugs. Be happy. Let me call out the people who did show love to the Cash App, because they get their shout out regardless. Cameron, he says, for the gems, giblets, and the messy drama. I guess he likes the mess, so I appreciate that. Thank you for the love, my boy Mabusa. He says, but I know this video is a banger. Appreciate that. And Gideon for giving me Bitcoin. I appreciate that. And for Roadrunner to let him in, he sent money to the Cash App. I appreciate the love. Do not do drugs and be happy. Y'all got to give me a second so I can I got to kick some platforms out here. These platforms got to go. They are not within the Patreon. Nope. You got to go too. Thank you. Nope. There you go. What's the word? Twitch. Just shut the Twitch down. The new regime. Shutting the new regime down. Where are we at here? Booyah. Yes, here we are. We are down. I shut 5 of the platforms down that I was broadcasting to. And we are going behind the wall. This is where you get the exclusive content, and I suggest you sign up for it immediately, but we don't have time to sell it to you. Goodbye, the people that are on YouTube.